Hi guys, welcome to, or as I usually say, welcome back to Cooking with Pouncy. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If you like what you see, please hit that like button. And I would really appreciate it if you guys would subscribe to my channel. I understand that's an important function here in this process. So anyway, please do so if you have a mind to, guys, and let me know what you think as well. This evening we're going to make some ceviche. I don't know exactly where it originated from, whether it came from Peru originally or Mexico originally, but anyway, whoever developed it, it's quite good. And there's many different ways, I understand, that you can make ceviche. So we're going to make some Cooking with Pouncy ceviche. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. The fish I'm going to be using tonight is tilapia. And there's several other kinds of fish you can use. Cod, of course, halibut you can use as well. And again, I understand there's many different ways to make this recipe. I got halibut. I've got tilapia, and that's what we're going to use. That's almost a pound of those two fillets there, right? I've got some lime. I've got 6 fresh limes here. I think you can see that as I peer down. I've got some cherry tomatoes here as well. That's going to be going into this dish. Of course, I got a cucumber. I'm going to be using about 3/4 of a cup of this cucumber here, diced up finely. Of course, I got a red onion here as well. I'm going to be using maybe half of that red onion in this process. Well, I'm going to dice that pretty fine as well, just like the cucumber. I've got some jalapeno peppers here. I didn't want to get this. I wanted fresh jalapenos. They didn't have any at the store. I might use this, might not. Probably lean more toward might not, because I want some crunchiness, which is why I then actually bought this chili pepper. So I'm going to be using this again for the crunchiness in it. Hopefully it's not going to be too hot. It would have been too hot for me with the jalapenos as well. But anyway, so I'm going to use that pepper, even though I've got some red tomatoes here in there for some heat, guys. Okay, and then I've got some cilantro here that I'm going to be chopping up as well. And all of this will be in the ingredient list for you guys. And then I've got 2 cloves of garlic here that I'm going to crush up here and mince, if you will, for this dish as well. And when I keep saying this dish, because all of this stuff is going to go into this bowl. This bowl here, just a regular bowl, looks like a cereal bowl. And I'm going to squeeze my lime in here, all 6 of them. This lime juice is going to actually cure this fish in about a half hour. And when I first heard it, I went, no, it's not. But yes, it is, because I've tried it, and it's very good. You can actually overdo it if you leave it in that lime juice too long. It'll get too tough and won't have the consistency that it should. It'll be just like overcooking it on the stove, but this is actually going to cure this. And it really works, guys. Trust me, it does, because I've tasted it, and it is very good. I've got some olive oil here. I'll be using some... you can, Bill, I was going to say any oil of your choice. I usually say that to you guys, but it actually calls for olive oil, and this happens to be extra virgin here. I'll be using probably a tablespoon of that maybe in this mixture as well. And let's see, I think that's about all I got to tell you here. I did say I'm going to chop up that cilantro. I've got some coarse ground black pepper. I didn't tell you about this. I'm going to use a bit of that in there to taste. I've got some kosher salt here. I'm going to be using that as well to taste, okay? So that's what's going to be going into this whole process here. Again, this should only take about 30 minutes, no more than 45 minutes, refrigerated, and as I get done with it and put it in the refrigerator to let it do its thing, okay? So that's what I'll be doing, and I think that's about all I got to tell you right now, and we're going to go ahead and get this process started. This fish first, okay? Let's get this fish diced up here, and I think I'll use my boning knife for that. And again, this is tilapia, and let's just do this, all right, to get our fish diced up. Not a big deal, guys. I think it's very simple, very easy. I'm going to do about 1/2 inch cubes. Just like that, okay? And these are pretty thin on the end here, so I'm just going to kind of leave those, all right? And let's get this out of here. Get that piece over there. You guys watch out for the cross-contamination that Cooking Pouncy tells you about a lot, okay? And I dropped that little piece on the counter there, but we're going to pretend I didn't for now. Just again. So here we go. We're going to take this piece as well. And we're going to do our slices down here. Again. And we're going to not do that too thick because it's pretty thin on the end, guys, all right? Let's just put that in there. And again, we're going to go about 1/2 inch, little cubes. That's what I'm doing here. I know, guys, isn't that amazing? The lime's going to cook the fish, for God's sakes. So, again, let's go ahead and do this. I got a different bowl, guys, because I didn't think that cereal bowl was big enough, and I don't think it would have been. So there's our fish here, and it's ready for me to start adding our lime juice that I told you about. I'm going to be changing gloves now, guys, because I'm going to be touching my other stuff now, remember? And we don't want to cross-contaminate anything here. So that's what we're going to do here. And check that out, if you will, please, guys. Let me put that in there before I start getting my gloves and stuff on and getting ready. So let me clean that up, and I'm going to clean that up before I bring anything over here, guys. You must remember that. Remember that when you touching protein and again your other stuff as well. We're going to go ahead and get our lime juice in here so we can get that fish in the refrigerator marinating. And just roll them out a little bit, make it a little softer. Let's do that. And we've got some cooking with Pouncy ceviche coming up here, guys, and about 45 minutes total, I guess, after it marinates for 30 minutes in the refrigerator. And you guys are listening to a guy that used to say, "Oh, I don't eat sushi because it's so raw, and food is supposed to be cooked." I used to whine and snivel like that, guys. I'm serious. And then it occurred to me that here I am saying I don't eat sushi because it's kind of trendy. I've been eating raw oysters all my life. Enough said, all right? Enough said, guys, enough said. So anyway, let's do that. Let's get them all cut first, and then we'll get the juice out of them here, and this juice is going to be our range for tonight. Range as in cooking our stove or grill. And this lime juice is going to do what it's supposed to do here with the acidity. Anyway, there you go, guys. We got them all got there, and I'm going to now just squeeze the juice. Because as we saw here earlier, the juice is going to go into our fish that I've already diced, guys, all right? So let's just do that. Hang on to this, and hopefully it won't fall off of here. I'm not going to bore you with this whole process either, guys, showing you how to do this here. I've got a little squeezer thing here. You can certainly squeeze them yourself. But that gets all the juice out, as you can see there. Again, I'm not going to bore you with this whole process here, because I need all 6 of these limes here, all right? And we're going to be pouring this over our fish. So just as I start winding down with this process here, I'll come back with you. I got them all done here, and I just thought I use this thing here like you saw me doing. And I got one piece left here, and I'm just going to squeeze that one because, like I said, you don't need one of these. It's handy, obviously. But you didn't really, if you don't have one of those, you can certainly squeeze them. And I would squish them and roll them so they get soft. But anyway, this is the last one, and I'll just go ahead and squeeze that in here. Okay, and I don't know whether I'll get as much juice out of here doing this as I would the other press deal I got over there. But that's what I'm just doing, as you can see, with the last one of them, okay? So we got to get this in the refrigerator here as quickly as we can. So there you have it, guys. I got that there. I'm going to pour this on there now. I'm going to put this here, all right? I think, first of all, I think I'll get some, here's what I'm going to do. Watch what I do now with my hand here. That's not going to be touching the fish. I'm just going to use this hand here as I took my glove off. Let's put a little pepper on there, black pepper, coarse ground, and some of this kosher salt. Let's just do that for seasoning, I guess. And this is going to be to taste. Don't have too much in there, all right? And we're going to put some olive oil on there. All right, not too much, about 2 teaspoons, maybe. Maybe a teaspoon and a half, okay? Let's just call that enough in there for now, okay? So then we're going to take our garlic press, and let's just get rid of this glove now. I need to do that. We're going to take our garlic press here. I got 2 cloves here, as I indicated to you earlier. We're going to put these little guys in here. And we're going to go ahead and put that in here. There you go. Throw the other one in there to help push the other one out. I could have diced this up with my hand. I'm complaining, guys. Here we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. And that's 2 cloves, it says, okay? I just must get a knife and get that off of there, because the majority of it's hanging on the blade, right? Let's just do that. All right. Got that off of there. Now, guys, I'm going to dice up that onion. I don't need my gloves because I'm not touching that fish, guys, okay? Here we go. I'm just trying to get this done now, okay? Let's do that. Here's our red onion. We're going to dice that up. I could have sliced it the other way too, guys, but let's just do this here with it, okay? And this is a half of a onion, kind of a medium onion, I guess. And let's just do this. Okay. And I'm not going to add my cucumbers yet, or my cherry tomatoes, as I'm going to discard that. So let's get this back over here, and let's dump these in here, and then get those all mixed around in here, if you will. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I'm missing here. I'm going to go ahead and put I think I'm going to put my pepper in there. All right, guys, let's get this out of here. Let's go ahead and put our pepper in there as well. I'm rushing now, guys, because I got to get this done. And get my lime juice. I'm going to pour that. Just going to pour it right over the onions and the fish and the salt and the pepper and the garlic, okay? Because I think this got to start doing its thing, right? So I got to quit talking and get this done here. So I'm just going to take the seeds out of this as well. Let's just get these out of here. And it's a pretty simple process, right down the middle. Again, I don't know how hot these are. I guarantee you I won't be touching my eyes after I get done doing whatever I'm going to do with these, okay? And again, I was going to get jalapenos, but they didn't have any fresh ones at the store. So I got this just to see if I could just use this. I wanted some contrast. I would like the contrast color with the green, but that's all I can do, okay? You ain't got a horse, you ride a cow. I don't know why I said that, for God's sake. So let's just do that. And this guy here, we're going to just make some little slices there like this. And guys, we're going to be careful not to get too much in here because I don't know how hot that is. And I think I'll use maybe half of this one, okay? Maybe half of this one here. Let's just do that. And then we'll just kind of dice that up, okay? Something tells me I better stop right there. All right, I think it's stop right there, guys. That's what I'm going to do right there. I'm going to stop right there. Okay, and let's call it quits for that guy right there. And we put that. Oops, we put that in that mixture. It's okay that some of that fell off because I don't want it to be too hot anyway. All right, so I think that's it for that part of it. I think that's all I need to do right there. And again, I'm rushing now, guys, because I got to get this in the. I've got to get this in the refrigerator. I do know that we don't want to screw this deal up here, so we need to get this in the refrigerator. I'm going to time it, of course, as well. Make sure it's all submerged, is what I'm trying to do here. And I'll come back in just a minute with you. I think I might have enough salt in there. I can adjust that as this comes out, okay? So I'm going to put it in there. I think I'll put a little saran wrap over the top of it. I think maybe I'll add my cilantro here too, guys, while I'm at it. I'm going to just, don't worry about this here. There's a few pieces left on the cutting board. Let's go ahead and chop up some cilantro for this dish here, okay? Because I think that cilantro in there while it's marinating is going to be fine. Let's just do that, okay? It's my first time doing this deal here, so again, guys, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. You've heard the expression, it's all good. It's going to be good. All right, let's call that enough cilantro, okay? I like cilantro, but you can overpower things with cilantro, so I kind of don't like it as much as I like it, of course. But here we go with the chopped up cilantro. We're going to put that in here, too. I'm sure that's going to add flavor. All right, in our dish. All right, that's it. I'm looking around to see if there's anything I missed. I don't think I did. So let's do that, and we're going to get this in the refrigerator and let it do its thing. I think it's calling for more black pepper. I don't know why, but I think it is. All right. In fact, guys, I'm going to, as raw as that fish is, I'm going to just taste it for salt, just the liquid here for the salt, because I want that to get in that fish. I don't want to have to add it afterwards, okay? I do need a little more salt in there. That's going to be to taste, guys, okay? And this is kosher salt I'm using. That is it. I promise you, no more salt. That's enough sodium. Okay, so I'm going to do that deal. I'm putting it in the refrigerator. I think I'll put some saran wrap on it here. Making sure I got all my stuff down inside there. And it's already starting to do its thing, guys. Again, there you have it. I'll be back in a little bit and show you how I cut up that, the diced, I should say, the cucumber and my tomatoes. So let's get some saran wrap on that. And that's what we'll do. But I'll be back with you. You've not diced one, but cooking with Pouncy. I just wanted to show you guys that may not know how to do that safely as well. I've got a cup of cherry tomatoes. We're going to just cut those in half. I'll be putting these in that ceviche mixture after the fish has been cured, and I'll just toss it. Toss these in there, rather, okay? And let's see here. So I'm going to move this back, and I'll just show you guys how I came up with this dice that I've got here, okay? It's kind of a cool thing. So you got to be careful, obviously, anytime you're using a knife, not just with this. I first went like this when I did that cup. I did this, guys, just like that, okay? About 1/8 of an inch strips. And then I went like this, okay? I went like that. And I got a dice like that, all right? That's just fine. Just wanted to show you that. Otherwise, I'm going to go like this, okay? And we'll just do this for our little strips that way. All right? And that's what we've got here. Like that. All right? And then I'm going to go like this. And each piece will have, again, like I said, and that's why you probably don't want to do it the other way. Because you would just wind up with the middle of the cucumber in some of these pieces. Not that that's a bad thing, but you want the crunch as well. Not just with this ceviche, but if you're going to eat the skin on there, you want the crunch in there too, right? So again, here's the difference in the two. That one and this one here. Let me cut a couple more pieces so you can see it even better. The difference in the two. All right, get off of there. And there you have it. So that's that one that I cut, but I just went like that. And the other one went like this, then I went like that, and that's this one here. And again, I like that one better simply because, again, you got green on all of it. Some of this you don't, because you get some just the center, and you don't want that either. Anyway, just showed you. And now we're going to do our tomatoes, and all we're going to do with these cherry tomatoes, I'm not going to core them and all that stuff. I'm just going to cut them in half lengthwise, okay? Because I need them like that. I'm going to toss them when the ceviche's done. The other thing I'm going to do, again, this might be in the list for you in the footnotes here, but I'm going to, at the midway point of its curing, I'm going to stir it and turn it over. The recipe didn't say do that, but I'm going to do that. I was surprised when I didn't see the recipe saying to turn it over, but that's what I'm going to do with it. Okay, so there you go, the cherry tomatoes, and there goes that cucumber. And I'll be back with you when that fish gets done curing. That's going to be about another 20 minutes or so, I think. It said half hour. I'm going to let it go an additional 15 minutes just to make sure. And again, I'm going to toss it or stir it too about the halfway point, and we'll go on from there, and it should be done. I did let it stay in for actually an hour. I did the 30-minute deal, and I thought, I think I want to leave it in there a little longer than 30 minutes. So I did. That could be my paranoia, guys. I told you, cook food, go, whatever. Anyway, so I left it in there a little longer, and then I decided to leave it in there for another 15 minutes because I learned quite quickly that some of the heavier pieces, and none of them were over a half inch, were, in my opinion, not quite as firm as I wanted them. All right, so overall, I left it in there for an hour, right? And so here we are now. We're going to do our diced cucumbers. We're going to now put those in there. I guess I want to get those all broken up, I suppose. Let's toss that. It looks good. I did taste a piece of that fish. It tastes good. It tastes just like I tasted it the last time I had it, which was not too very long ago. And so now I just got that in there, and I didn't put the tomatoes in because we don't want to break those all up. Now, do we now, guys? So there you have that. I think, yeah, you can see that. And here's that cup of sliced tomatoes, cherry tomatoes. I'm just going to gingerly roll these in this mixture here, and we're done with it, actually. So I'm going to be plating it up, It smells really good. I'm going to be plating it up, but that's what it looks like. You know, I could have actually put some more cherry tomatoes in there too, although that recipe, and you'll be seeing that and where it came from as well in the ingredient list, guys. So that's what it looks like. It looks really, really good. That fish does have a nice texture to it, and that's what we're going to be plating up in a little bit, and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing with that. I think I might be able to do that right now for you, okay? So let's just do that. I've got some sriracha chips here. They're pretty spicy. I'll taste one. This is a Himalayan sea salt here, pink salt here. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, these chips are pretty firm. I thought I'd get some hard, crunchy chips that, you know, when you dip it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna put this in here, just for presentation, and I think I'll use my ladle and put it in my little dish right here. Here. And that's how I'm going to just put it in this dish. And you can put it in anything you want to put it in. I just wanted to put it in a presentation dish, and that's what we're going to call this thing. So let's just do that. It's pretty good. Looks good. Lots of nice color. That chip fell off because it didn't want to be there, I guess. So yeah, we should do this. Let's do this. It looks pretty good, guys. It really does. Okay, I'm going to be careful with the old banging on the dish here because it's glass. Well, again, it looks pretty good. We just had a little mishap there, but that's okay. It's okay, guys. All right. I think that's going to be enough on that dish for now, just for presentation. And again, this ceviche looks pretty good, guys. It does. It does. I just want some red over here, my fanatical self. And that's the deal right there, guys. That's it, okay? And so here's our chips. One of them fell off. These are the hot ones here. But that's what it's going to look like. That's what it does look like, rather, when I'm done with it. And there, again, it is, okay? And we're going to just use these chips to dip that ceviche. I think if you decide to make this for yourself and your family, that you will enjoy this as much as we're going to enjoy it as well. And thank you once again for tuning in to Cooking with Pouncy.